Hello and welcome to another episode of
Here we've got FaZe Banks, and he's epic.
Jesus.
But didn't you say there was a story you wanted to tell on the show?
I genuinely don't remember.
You might remember it if I say you said you woke up hungover and all you got from the grocery store was 4 pounds of caviar.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So I was in Sweden with my girlfriend, and we went to like a grocery store, and the only thing that I picked up was like caviar in a jar, and that was it.
That's the story, is it? That's the story that you're so excited to tell us.
I just ate caviar.
Are you fucking out of your fucking mind?
No. It was cheap caviar. It was Kino. No. Nah, but caviar has got like fats and salts and protein. It's the best shit for you, bro.
Yeah, I know what's in it. I just can't believe that is the story that you wanted to tell us so badly.
God, that's like a rice gum story.
It's fucking shit. It's so shit. It's just Pyrocynical going into a grocery store hungover buying caviar. Here it is. This is what he sent in the chat. We should tell more stories for filler. I have a great one about buying caviar at grocery store.
It's longer than the story.
Okay. All right. I'll try and give a bit more context. So I woke up with my girlfriend, hungover as shit.
Yeah.
She said to me, okay, I've got nothing in the fridge, nothing at all. Let's go to a grocery store. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. Let's fucking go. We go to so I'm with her in Sweden. So they're like Walmart or Tesco or, you know, whatever the fuck, Costco. It's called ICA, like ICA. We go into there, and she's picking like, you know, fucking cheese, meat, fruit, veg, all that kind of shit to like make a meal. And then I'm hungover as shit, and I grabbed two things. I grabbed like a pre-made Starbucks coffee, like you know the Starbucks coffee that you buy in a store. So I grabbed that, and then I grabbed the I just see a jar of caviar, and I was like, holy shit, isn't that like expensive? And then she goes, not in this country, retard. And I was like, okay, my name is Leg. So I grab it and I bought it. So it's like a jar of caviar. It's like 30 grams of caviar. So I asked the girl at the counter, can I have a spoon? And she was like, no. So I went back to the car, and I was just fucking eating it like out of my like fingers.
You didn't add more context to it. You just added more.
You just made it filthy. You're just like, so I bought only the most expensive luxury item, and then I ate it with my hands in the car.
God,
so
it wasn't even expensive,
are you high class or low class?
Was like £5.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Why
it's expensive in other countries.
I thought the only reason you'd buy it is because it's expensive.
Okay, the funny part is that you bought a large container of it.
Do you even know what caviar is, Noel?
It's like so you know when like a fish has kids? Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Continue.
So you know when like fish have kids and they're on like school and shit? Yeah, it's that.
Okay, which fish?
What do you mean? What?
Well, that's an important part. Like, if you're flexing, if you got the fish eggs that are put on the outside of like a sushi roll, and you're eating that in the car, that's funny for a different reason.
No, it wasn't that at all. It was definitely the kids from the Finding Nemo intro.
So it was clownfish caviar, was it?
Clownfish eggs.
Yeah. There's Kina. You cannot get cheap caviar in the UK. You can't. You
can, depending on what type of caviar it is.
Okay,
because
maybe
from
before
fish,
like
it's
the
not
World
expensive.
War, Oliver. Maybe before the World War there was, but not now.
This is the Pyro logic. I mean, I'm not even making this as a joke. This is literally how Pyro's brain works. He sees a movie once.
Yes.
Where caviar is depicted as being something that's
develops
expensive.
a fetish for it.
He doesn't know where it's come from. He doesn't know which type of caviar it is.
Yes.
But purely based on the fact he's heard that it's expensive.
Geez, and that was the story that he made note of, that like I even just reminded him, like, hey, you had a good story to tell.
That was a story he thought, wow, that's a really good story. Let me just flex on that.
It's kind of funny.
Let me flex that one up.
Starting to get the picture.
He dies that night and he's on the operating table. He's in the coroner's office and they open him up and they just find like 500 grams of caviar in his stomach. That's all that's lining it.
Oliver, if they cut me open, they'd find 500 grams of caviar and all my like Google LastPasses.
Sorry, what do you mean by Google LastPasses? What are Google LastPasses?
No. So okay. So imagine you've got Google, you've got your password, you've got your USB key, you've got your security code, and then whenever you sign up to a website, you've got a LastPass, which is like if all of those fail for whatever reason, you've got your last password that you can put in. You got 5 of those.
Why have you eaten them? Why have you eaten them? Why the fuck have you eaten them?
That's so abstract. That's like saying there would be my seed phrases in my belly.
I mean, shut up.
Do you write them down on a little piece of paper and you eat them?
No, yeah.
How does it work?
Oliver, didn't you make that entire joke about how like I make obscure video game references to like anything?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What? What about it? What about it?
Right.
I don't understand. He just says something and there's just like no meaning to it.
Ryan just had an AI draw Pyrocynical eating caviar, and this was what was made on the fly. That looks a little bit more like I'm Alex.
No,
it does, yeah.
Ryan, I like you. Fuck yourself. Kill yourself. What the fuck is that?
It looks like I'm Alex is eating all the fucking Dragon Balls.
I know this is a bit off topic, but like
we're used to it.
So you guys know Team Fortress 2, right?
It's a game.
Yes, it is. Fucking have some enthusiasm, you old bastard. Not everything is fucking pixel side scroller. I think I had about 1,200 hours as Pyro. My name, Pyrocynical, I got the word Pyro from the TF2 Pyro. The TF2 community's just gone to shit the entire game because it's like, even though it's still one of the most played games on Steam, it just never gets updated. It's full of like speed bot, aim hackers, all that kind of shit. So the entire community got together to boohoo and basically say like, you know, we need to save the community. But yeah, there's so many hackers. I remember installing the game and then I would just be killed by like people across the map, just fucking like one-shotting me with like just while they were looking at the floor. It's cute that like TF2 actually acknowledged it though, because
they could also go like, it's a really old game, guys. It's been out for like what, 10 years?
Oh yeah, but you know the meme about like Valve not being able to count to 3, right? They just haven't made a single game that's got the number 3. Latest official game that they brought out like that was good was Half-Life Alyx, which is like arguably the best VR game that's ever been made, pretty much. Yeah. Like it's an actual AAA VR game, not just clipping into a wall and dying for $40.
Well, technically they did make 3 Half-Lives then, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't count if it's
because they didn't put like an official installation. They didn't put a 3 on it, so it's not the third one.
Well, it's like a spin-off, you know. It's when if they do like a prequel to a movie, it's not really.
Oliver, that's the equivalent of so you've got like Saints Row, right? And then they put in like a DLC for a Fedora, and then they put in a DLC for like a Golden Gun, and then you turn around and say, "Look, they made 3 games. They made 3 games, guys."
That's like a terrible comparison. This is a whole new game, isn't it?
I don't know if that analogy's the best.
It is.
Let's look at Red Dead. Red Dead Redemption 2 is technically a prequel, right?
Yeah. But where's Red Dead 3?
What's that got to do with it? You fucking said that a prequel doesn't count as 2.
Yeah, but Red Dead 2 has 2 in the title.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my god.
That's my point. That is exactly my point.
No, because it's a prequel.
But Red Dead Redemption 2 was a prequel.
Yeah, look at all the characters now. They fell off.
No, shut the fuck up. You just lost. Oliver
be like, Red Dead 2 as online? Oh, it's Red Dead 3. Oh my god, it's out.
That was not my argument, you fucking retard. That was not my argument
Half-Life Alyx is not Half-Life 3.
Do not tell Pyro you lost an argument. You will never win.
I mean, I won it though.
This is what arguing with Pyro is like. Pretend he's the cat in the GIF. You're playing chess and he just knocks all the chips over and says, I won.
I like how the cat knocks over his own pieces as well. Like no damage to the other side.
Did you guys see, by the way, that when we were talking about TF2, Pyro went on Twitter and requested they make a female Pyro character?
He did this during the call, did he?
Yeah, Ryan's getting angry at me for tweeting.
During the podcast, he goes, could you add Fem Pyro into
Let's answer this question. Why are you always dressing up as a woman?
Instagram likes.
So you're pandering.
No. Basically, my Instagram's dying and it has been for a while. So I just Ida, my girlfriend, like put me up in like makeup and stuff. I put it on Insta thinking, okay, this is like different, and then it juiced, and I was like, okay, I have to dress up as a woman.
Oh my god, imagine.
I actually don't think I could develop any more kinks. Like if I even tried. Like you can only check out so many. You can only check out so many deranged, depraved kinks. before your brain just can't process them anymore.
Oh, that's right. I left that post.
Yeah, it's funny. If you see this comment, he just lies. He makes a fucking lie, and they like the comment as well.
Pyro did the Cold Ones podcast entirely in cosplay. If you saw that, Oliver.
We filmed the podcast with Cold Ones, but before that, we did the ones with Misfits. We did it back to back. So after I filmed the Misfits podcast with Fitz and Swagger and all that, we were with Toby. And Toby at the time wasn't trans, but is now. And I think she was looking at coming out and shit. And she wanted to do makeup, but was like really uncomfortable with it. So Ida, my girlfriend, helped her have makeup on, like put makeup on. And then she did it with me as well, I guess to make her feel more comfortable. I don't fucking know. So yeah, we did that. I go and film the podcast in makeup. And then you know the reason why now, and then Jay just fucking spins a lie on the internet being like, what'd you say? The entire week, by the way, like I never did
that screenshot has 11,000 upvotes on your Reddit. Like
yeah, the first one, you just lie on the internet and it actually juices.
Didn't someone Pyro used to talk about die?
Stomedy died? The Malteser?
There was like someone Pyro used to meme.
Oh my god, yeah, Stomedy, holy shit, why didn't I think of this? Yeah, so Stomedy's back now.
Oh, so he's not dead then, unless his corpse is reanimated.
What he does now is apparently he runs like a giantess vore channel or something.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not going to bother talking about why you know that. Just continue.
I don't think it is Giantess vore. I think he's just called it Giantess vore, which makes even less sense.
Man, come on. You guys are so brainwashed, man. Come on, Pyrocynical is the biggest ad lover in this universe.
Giantess vore, how to fix cracked or broken TV screen.
What the hell?
Do you have a broken TV screen? Do you have a cracked TV screen? Do you have a damaged TV screen?
You know he's married as well.
Colossal, could you read that out?
Giantess means giant educational Steve Stomedy. And vore is my middle name.
That's fun.
Vore is my middle name.
The face when he actually became self-aware. Holy boast.
He's found a loophole.
I mean, like, come on, man. With a banner like that, it's definitely self-aware. Like, there's no way.
Can you explain to me what he's doing here? So he's trying to get in search results for Giantess vore, but then what is he converting that traffic into?
Nothing.
Like, look at the first 10 seconds of this video, guys, please. It's him running away from a body double of himself. Then he starts, like, eating crayons, and he's got, like, a green screen of flies on the screen. And then
Demi took a seat.
Demi took a seat. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Is he trying to get particular AdSense? Is he trying to win auctions for how to fix a broken TV screen because the rates are high?
No. There's so many episodes. Giantess vore, how to fix cracked or broken TV screen, episode 10.
This isn't working. Like, he's clearly got low authority and YouTube isn't throwing him any tutorial traffic.
It's called marketing, okay? Most people think that I don't have a brain, but it's called business, okay? If you have business tactics.
This is a terrible strategy, and it's not working, and he keeps doing it.
Yeah, because his first one got 1 million views. Yeah, his first one got 1 million views, so he kept doing it.
If you sort by views, his top 20 videos are all broken TV screens.
And then he did I like how he did a fucking short of it as well, just in case, just to reach that market.
You know, the best part is every TV screen I can see is a different TV screen. So is he going out there and buying a TV and breaking it?
No, he's putting the same JPEG or PNG on the TVs. My mind's racing trying to figure out how this scam works. So does he have this first video monetized and all of these other videos are recommending it?
This is what YouTubers do, right? They have one successful video. He just like throws everything out there, see what catches.
I went on his most viewed video and he's literally saying, if you get a cloth and wipe your TV screen for 30 minutes and then turn it off and on, the crack will disappear.
Do this for like 20 minutes. Again, don't hit there. And if you feel like it's smelling like plastic and stuff like that, pause for a little bit and then continue doing it.
I don't understand what he's trying. This is one of the strangest things I've ever seen.
Me and Jay were watching like Drake being shielded by, what was it, Steak last night?
Yeah, he's partnered with them. He was betting on their site and he was putting $1 million down on roulette every time.
Now, when you say partnered, is he just getting like a commission from the sales, or has he been paid a lump sum? Or
I'm
what
not
do you
sure,
mean by
but
partner?
I mean the Twitch account was called Drake Steak, so most likely he gets paid. You know, he probably gets paid commission for the code as well as an upfront amount, and he probably gets given the money to gamble with as well.
He'd probably be able to keep profits as well, surely.
Well, didn't he have like 10 million in funds there?
Oh, he bet 10 mil at one
like
point, right?
Time.
He had 10 million and it was gone in like 5 minutes. Like he was doing 1 million on roulette. It's just insane.
All the people around him were just obviously crypto bros.
Yeah. If it's anything like what Trainwrecks' deal was, is he basically, from memory, what he said on a stream was he would get given the funds to use on the site, but he could also keep the winnings. But because it's Drake, he probably gets, he probably gets paid on the side, free money, commission, everything, because it's Drake. He's the biggest music artist.
Well, I don't really have a problem with them gambling at all, or even taking a commission or a lump sum.
It definitely is promoting gambling, and the fans are like little baby zoomers. I don't know. It's a weird one.
They found a workaround because gambling advertisement is for the most part illegal, right?
It's a legal loophole, if you like.
I know that XQC made this big song and dance about moving back to Canada recently for family and stuff, and then just coincidentally a week later he starts gambling again after saying he wasn't going to do it.
Not that I have a problem with him doing it, but why does he need to do it? Why does he need to take a fat check from a gambling site?
That's the thing, right? Is I could defend someone doing it if it's changing their life. Like if I suddenly got an offer that would just have me set for life in a month, I'd be like, okay, sure. What's a few kids getting addicted to gambling? It is insane. Because they already make millions. Well, XQC probably makes million, maybe not 1 million, but close to 1 million a month, right? It's not like he needs an extra couple mil.
I feel as well though, like no matter how much money you make, you'll always want more to an extent.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's an old adage, it's an old saying, but it is proving true time and time again. Like at the same time, like the irony of it is, like it is a gamble. Like he's risking.
I almost feel like that's irrelevant. Like gambling is,
really?
There's some percentage of people that gambling ruins their life. It's a vice.
Yeah.
It's something that I think you should be allowed to do. I don't know very much about, I played Colossal in the last episode. I don't know anything about Trainwrecks, but I want to talk about him for a second. So the speech by Trainwreckstv, I think it happened kind of organically, but it ended up being this towering speech he gave where he's like, I'm on your side. If you are coming out to your family for your true gender or your true sexuality, I'm on your side.
If you're coming out of the closet and you're scared, I'm coming out of the closet and I'm scared. If you can't get to the cool kids table, you can sit with me. You can come to my party. You can come to my house.
He was basically like casting a really wide net and saying that no matter who you are, I accept you and you're part of my community. Like build the biggest, most inclusive community he could. And he set like inspiring music to it.
We're gonna get into goddamn relationships with each other that no other stream has. Fuck the money.
So cue Curb Your Enthusiasm soundtrack, and then fast forward to...
Are you making $1 million a month mistake? I'm not making $1 million more. I'm making much more. The fuck do you mean $1 million a month? The fuck? That was the first month, buddy. The fuck? Do you see what I gamble with? Like, the fuck? I'm confused.
If you've built this parasocial relationship with your audience where you're like, trust me, I'm your big brother that will always be there for you.
I will be there for you. To those of you that don't have fathers, for those of you that don't have mothers, to those of you that don't have both parents, I am here. For those of you that don't have friends, I am here. To those that turn on the sinks as loud as you can, close the door so your parents can't hear you, and just cry for no reason, to that pain deep in your chest, I am here. I understand. No matter how alone, no matter how much pain.
The type of viewers he's inviting are like particularly vulnerable sounding people.
I will be your friend. I will be your boyfriend. I will be your girlfriend.
But it's tragic in hindsight because he moved all these relationships into a casino.
Don't gamble then. Shut the fuck up. Like, what the fuck?
And now if they want to visit their surrogate brother or dad or friend, whatever, they have to sit next to him as he's playing slots.
Get it, boys. Let's do this one first.
That's the only option for his streams, which are 30 to 40 hours now, where the big inside joke is to call him out for being on drugs.
Oh, look at this comment. Stop doing coke. Let's do it. Oh, that's a Perma-ban. What a start to the day. We start the stream off with a beautiful fucking Perma-ban. Stop doing coke, it just put me over the edge. So you're just fucking gone. No mercy. Sorry, bud. Bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I do coke. Do you understand that?
Every streamer that stays up for more than 20 hours must be on drugs.
He goes live and gambles for about 30 hours straight, sometimes longer. The longest I've seen him go for was about 44 hours.
Buddha's down, Prod's down, I'm down. I'm fucking down a good amount.
What percentage of people have a problem with gambling? It's something like 10% of people like get the bug and can't stop and will ruin their finances with it.
Yeah.
And that's part of why you're living in a penthouse. That's why you get all of that money.
When people shill like a fucking like gambling link or something, there's always they get a referral link, so they get money whenever someone signs up to the site. So
I'm surprised it's legal, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know. I think it should be 18 plus.
I mean, to be fair, I tuned into Drake's stream for about 5 minutes just to see how ridiculous it was, and he did put 18 plus in the description.
Yeah, but
I don't know what more do you want? Like,
okay, Oliver, when you looked at porn sites when you were 13, did that stop you?
we didn't have porn sites. Well, we did have porn sites, but I didn't start using the internet until I was like 22, so.
Oliver, you had like pigeon mail for like porn, yes. You had an image of a woman, like a Polaroid, and you sent it away to some other woman.
I can go to a casino and have a limit and be like, I'm not going to spend more than $2,000. I'm going to spend $200 or whatever, and then I stick to it.
Nerd, you're like the 1% of America. I'm so proud of you.
No,
honestly.
I think it's probably the majority of people. But then, you know, we have friends, like you go to the casino with Chad and Chad is like breaking into a sweat. Like
I mean, he's sweating all the time, so that's not a good indication.
Yeah.
He's very, very fat. He's very, very fat.
He'd be like, come on, man.
Well, he's sweating anyway. But like he's sweating, not moving, just looking at the game.
Nerd, I want you to close your eyes. Imagine you're in a casino with Chad Roberts right now. He looks at you.
Is this roleplay?
He looks at you, sweat on his brow, and he goes, come on, man. You put 500 down, and I'll put 500 down. Would you actually do it or not?
That just sounds like a memory. You know, this isn't even a fantasy. Like, that's literally happened. I just, like, hand him chips, and I'm like, here you go.
I was with him recently, and they played an Uno game for $1,000 on the line.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Uno. Imagine Uno for money.
You and me came in with the same amount, right? About 100 Australian, right?
Yeah, I bring like 200, I think.
100, 200. And that was it. When we lost that, and I think we lost every night except one.
The house always wins in the end.
But Chad would come in with like $1,000, $2,000. He would disappear. He would go off. I think he's getting another beer or another beverage or whatever. And he's going to take more money out.
Yeah, ATM.
And it's quite a walk to the... That's probably the most exercise he's had all week, walking to the ATM and back.
As far as the 18 plus thing and, you know, whether it matters to do it or not because kids can circumvent it, I think it matters for a psychological reason. Because if you know... And this reminds me of a discussion I think we had related to JStation where... You know, we grew up watching R-rated movies or movies that, you know, wouldn't have been handed to us as children's content. But the fact that they weren't handed to us and said like, hey, this is for you. You're allowed to watch this. That mattered. If you knew that you were sneaking it and that it was like something that was, you know, kind of edgy or that you would be in trouble for seeing, that puts it in a different place in your mind.
You know what I'm going to say, don't you? The big difference with that? JStation was actively catering his content towards kids, whereas someone like XQC isn't.
But they know their audience are kids, though.
He knows there's kids in his audience just by law of averages, right? But he's not specifically catering his content towards kids. I mean, he's not watching fucking Winnie the Pooh cartoons.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't think casinos and slot machines are, although they look awfully colorful and childish, I don't think they're catering to children.
Because it's someone they look up to and they like doing it. They're more likely.
you can't use that argument. Like, it's a fucking slippery slope, that argument.
I know it's a slippery slope.
Then you really cannot do anything. You can't do anything because there might be a kid watching.
YouTube does a pretty good job of delivering adult-oriented content to adults for the most part, and when they don't, it's something that we make a stink about. But like, I mean, I think that's why I never had a problem with the idea that there were ratings on YouTube. I had a problem with the rating system being secret and YouTube denying that there even were. Like, I don't think that age-gated content should be shown on YouTube Kids just because the kids could use a different computer and look up that content. It's like, I do think you should separate things into, you know, appropriate categories, and ratings help do that. You just be clear about why. And I think Twitch could say something like, gambling streams are now going to be 17, 18 plus, you know, and could a kid lie and say that they're 18 and make an adult account? Yeah, maybe. I don't know what the workaround will be, but I think there should be a way to rope off an area for here's where adults, you know, have adult activities. And even just the gesture of doing that is important to help people understand that something is a bit edgy or it is something that should be done in moderation. Twitch is a bit unique in this regard where like Twitch for the longest time was trying to keep completely family friendly, and they wanted basically anything that was on Twitch to be appropriate to be shown on the front page or whatever. But now you've got like, you must be 21 to view this content. Please enter your date of birth. Like that didn't exist before. And now they've got like hot tub streams and they've got cam girls on there. So they're evolving into being more of a
shameless
adult friendly type platform. But when they first started, it was pure gaming, right? So if they put it under a tab where it's like, you know, you click on casino and then that would bring up a you must be 21. I mean,
well, they do have a tab. It's called gambling, isn't it? They have a tab for slots.
Do they?
Yeah.
I'm looking under browse. Games, IRL, music, esports, creative. I think for the most part they're doing, oh yeah, there's gambling, slots. Jeez.
I don't see a problem with a streamer getting paid to play on a gambling site. I really don't see a problem with that.
I guess the segue there is the loot boxes.
Yeah, it's in the format of a game. I can kind of get behind that. I did have a problem when they were doing the CSGO scams because it turned out that a lot of these YouTubers who were promoting it and saying, oh wow, look, I won. Well, they owned the websites. They owned them or part-owned them.
Oliver, you're probably thinking about like mostly like like American side YouTube, right? Like LA and shit as well, like FaceClan and all that.
I mean, I'm just thinking of the specific people that did it, actually.
Gambling bad, Christianity good.
I just think it's morally bankrupt, really.
Morally bankrupt, though.
He's getting thousands of younger people hooked on gambling, and that could fuck them up for lives, all for a paycheck. It's like a fact.
It's a fact.
Gambling...
I don't think it's a fact. Like, just because you watch someone gambling on stream doesn't mean you go out to the next casino and gamble your life savings away.
No, but...
It's fucking... Okay. Maybe someone's going to do that, but to make that prediction is, like, insane.
Stake is paying, let's say Stake pays XQC $5 million a month to promote it, right? They are getting more than $5 million in return. So his audience is gambling. Like, you can say that for a fact. And then you can look at all the stats and be like, okay, well, of every 100 gamblers, 3 will develop a chronic addiction. So you can kind of draw these connections.
It's their choice to gamble on stream. They're a fucking adult. If they want to gamble on stream, they can gamble on stream. And if other people want to watch them gamble on stream, they can watch them gamble on stream. And if they want to be gambling themselves after the stream, they can fucking do that.
You should demonstrate how to do it responsibly. So if you're saying, okay, this is a vice, and here's something that you shouldn't do all the time, or you shouldn't spend more than you can afford to lose. Like, I think that's something that would be a responsible way to talk about gambling. But then if they're gambling for 12 hours a day and they do it like 5 days a week, then they're demonstrating how to irresponsibly gamble.
Trust me, please. Trust me. And I will fucking lead us. Trust me. I love you.
And you're just like endlessly grinding through gambling and trying to get them interested in gambling and giving them promo codes to gamble.
At the end of the day, it is what it is.
I think all Twitch needs to do is just, you know, maybe age verify them or age gate them. I don't necessarily think they should be kicked off of Twitch, although I'm kind of surprised with all the things that Twitch kicks off that they let people put casinos on there.
Okay, let me put myself on the spot. If I fired up a stream right now and I played poker on the stream, now some of the viewers are going to be kids. That's a given. Some of the viewers are probably going to be kids. I mean, that's a good...
Well, poker's a game of skill mixed with gambling.
Well, it's like 90% gambling and 10% skill, and that's probably being generous.
Are you gambling for real money? Do you have a referral code? Are you promoted?
Yeah, okay, say I'm gambling for real money. Say I have got a referral code to a website where you can play poker on. Okay, say all those things. Am I doing something that is morally bankrupt?
Poker makes no sense on how to play it. It genuinely makes no sense.
It's really not that complicated.
Blackjack, simple game. Poker is like learn Street Fighter combo in 15 seconds or you die.
There aren't that many combos. Your editor, we taught your editor how to play poker and he picked it up within an hour.
I've been taught poker like 10 times. It's usually when I'm drunk and I never seems to like stay with me. It's like a game I get taught over and over, and I don't know.
Holy nerd, shake my hand right now. It's not fun, right? If you have to memorize the fucking Constitution of America, it's not fun, is what I'm saying. No fucking sense. Blackjack, get to 21 or as close as you can. Poker be like, here's like Street Fighter fucking combo list and also Tekken. Like try and learn that in 5 seconds.
A pair, 2 pair, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, full house. I mean, that's flush straight. I mean, you don't really need to learn that many more. Royal flush happens once in a million hands. I mean,
how many combos did you say just then? 7 compared to 21. Okay.
Yeah, because that's like baby game. Like, yeah, you just count to 21. If you can count to 21, you can play it. Pretty much.
You can count
I literally have to be 18 to play it. Baby game.
The benefit of poker, the great thing about poker, is you're competing against other players. It's all about like psychology when you get down to it, and like reading other people, not just statistics and reading the cards and like predicting.
I cry when you play with me because like you're taking advantage of someone that doesn't know how poker works.
You haven't played for me to take advantage of you yet.
I have. No, I've played a full table with you, and then you fucking rinse me every single time.
I don't like games that involve lying to my friends. That's why I didn't like Among Us. When I watched YouTubers playing Among Us, you got to see what they sounded like when they were lying, and sometimes it would bring back memories of like watching them in call and seeing them use that tone. So you would see the difference between them bluffing and then them telling the truth when they were falsely accused versus when they were correctly accused.
I'm going to prove to you that the internet was right about me. I am an imposter.
Like, for instance, Keemstar. When Keemstar was correctly accused,
did he play
had
Among
absolutely
Us?
no. Oh yeah, he was all over it. And when he was correctly accused, he would endlessly like drag it out and try to use every single tactic to get somebody to drop the accusation and feel like they were foolish. And when someone would call him the imposter and he wasn't, he would just go, yeah, fine, you're stupid. Yeah, go ahead, try it, whatever.
He'd probably be fucking, I mean...
If you present the argument straight away that, okay, if you think it's me, kill me, then it's like, you've got such a shit case. That's up there with like the 12-year-olds that you play with in random lobbies.
If you got to read on him that easily, nerd, he'd probably be fucking awful at poker.
But the thing is, like, this is the sort of thing I love. Like, I love catching people out in lies. Like, that's one of my main hobbies.
I don't like the idea of turning on my persuasive ability when I don't mean it and what I'm saying isn't true.
I love it. It's a good test. It's fun. It's all meant in fun. There's nothing malicious about it.
I don't know. Maybe I guess I just take that way too seriously. But
imagine if you played it, nerd, you'd probably be the best at it because you'd have this big folder open of every single person's tell, like how you know they're lying.
He'd open up his little character, his little Among Us character, and he wouldn't want to kill anyone because, oh no, I don't want to hurt my friends in a video game. He knows who the killer is. He's seen the killer, but he doesn't want to expose the killer because he likes the killer.
So he just dies every round.
So he says, like, yeah, you know what? I'm the killer, guys. It's all right. You can kill me. And they kill him, and then he's like, well, nerd, why you throwing the game? You weren't the fucking killer. You weren't the killer. I didn't want to expose the guy.
So then I'm playing politics within Among Us, where it's like
exactly.
Nerd be like, I won't snitch on you. Give me your social security number, and I won't snitch on you. I promise.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Baby.
You could play a card game on a computer with no stakes at all, and that's fun because it is like it's a game of skill and repetition and making choices and stuff like that. But what Trainwrecks is doing is he's just playing slots where there's no skill at all. You're just pulling a thing, did I win? Pulling a thing, did I win? It's lottery.
I mean, it's a good point, Colossal, because, yeah, I don't equate poker to...
Poker is gambling. That's why they have it in fucking casinos. That's why poker is illegal in some states of America.
You know what I would liken it to? Betting on sports, where part of how you could be good at making a wager on sports and having it pay off is you analyze the teams, you have a good sense of who's going to match up well against the player from the opposing team, and you're basically betting on your own analysis. So in that way, it's a skill, and I think the games that combine skill with stakes are by degree a little bit less exploitive than the ones that are just trying to press a dopamine button in your brain of like the chance.
I mean, even sometimes you play poker with someone who's never played poker before, they can still win. I mean, because that's how much luck is involved.
Well, when it comes to betting on sports, The more you're willing to look into it and analyze it, the more of an edge you can get. Like with boxing, there's the weigh-in for fighters where you can get like an impression of their fitness and you see how they act when they're standing next to each other. And the odds or the line from the house is how they balance what everyone else is willing to bet will happen. Now, that's a very different activity than the games that Trainwrecks is promoting. The only meta game to that is when to stop. And he doesn't stop. He's presenting an addiction and not a game. And for me, there's an overlap and a lesson here, because when it comes to the content that I'm working on related to crypto, it's also a little bit hazardous.
I fucking hate crypto.
I mean, it's only good news though, Oliver, the crypto crashing and NFTs being stolen.
Yeah, good. I hope it continues to crash and die.
I hope it doesn't, because I have money in it.
A lot of people who have built part of their personality or their brand on hating cryptocurrency are taking this moment to do a victory lap and spike the football and say that crypto is dead. But that's just sounds silly to say, because it's not dead, and neither are expensive sneakers or comic books. Every type of alternative asset or collectible has been in a bubble that is now deflating.
I feel bad for KSI, just the amount he lost.
I don't.
Why?
He has a lot of money. He has a lot. How much did you think, Jay? He probably lost about a quarter or a third of all the money.
He lost 2.8 million in like 3 days because he bought Luna when it was like $1 or $10. Because, you know, the people are like, okay, it went down, it's going to go back up, and now it's worth like 0.0001 cent. But I saw someone say that he's probably lost about 10 million over the course of the last, 6 months, Nerd, that it's been on a downtrend?
Well, KSI has become a legendary counter signal. If you traded the reverse of everything that KSI says he's doing, you'd be killing it. So like when KSI says,
isn't that just the entire logic of the biz board on 4chan? You just do the opposite of what they say.
He's clearly good at figuring out a momentum switch. He just doesn't interpret his own intuition correctly. He does it in reverse.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him, Oliver, because him losing 3 million is like me losing like $3. Like, he'll get over it.
Have you seen that shit that Logan Paul's doing, by the way, the originals? It's just like he's selling NFTs of Polaroids or something like that?
Yeah, that is
so. Like, what excites me about now is that now that the heat has been taken off this, now that people don't feel like they have to go as fast as they can, the actual artists and the people who do make something that people like can investigate how blockchain like might make what they're selling better, like how it could solve a problem they have, and they won't feel this rush to just like go, you got to do it. So they can take their time to learn it. They're not going to have the pressure from people who don't even know them, that are just looking for something that'll last.
Can you, without naming your own, list 5 NFT products that are actually good?
As far as generative profile pictures, absolutely not.
Not even 5?
I can think of some where the admin is someone who has made something good before, and it makes sense to trust them to do it again. Kevin Rose has got Moonbirds. Kevin Rose created Dig, and he's done some other things since then, but he's someone who has a good reputation. He understands this. He goes way back with it, and I think that he's going to continue to make something of value. Kevin Rose's Moonbirds probably should be what Bored Apes became. Yeah, it's not many, really. And that's what's been missing from all of this. So, like, the criticism came in so heavy into NFTs, it discouraged the good actors, like people who actually could make something good that wasn't garbage, started to work on it, had an idea, and they were like, oh, fuck. Like, I can't tell you how many people I talked to behind the scenes that had a good way to incorporate blockchain tech into what they already make. And they were like, oh, the atmosphere right now, the criticism is just like way too heavy. Because it was something that so many people were learning about, and it was kind of complicated.
I want you to explain NFTs to me. Jamie's tried. Everyone's tried.
None of this makes any sense to me.
Does not make sense to me.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
All I know is I still think NFTs are fucking stupid.
All I have are questions, and I can't find any answers.
There became this market for basically a cope. Is the term, is to make people feel like, oh, okay, I didn't need to look into that. I didn't need to understand it. It was all just a big scam, and everybody who did it is evil. And they just started going too far.
You had to burn down the rainforests. And then somebody used that clip art image of a banana to buy cocaine. Well, that's NFTs.
It doesn't matter if it's a game, if it's music, if it's a painting, it's all a scam. Sorry, not sorry.
You got Coffee Break, who is serving the need but is doing it in an ethical way. He's attacking the projects that are scams and the people, basically the confidence men who moved over. But he believes in crypto and owns some. And he says that. Now, it's not what his audience likes him to say, but he does say it. He's like, look, I've got Bitcoin and I believe in this stuff.
It's driven by a true idea. I believe is true, which is that crypto is going to revolutionize the financial industry and potentially more. But the valuations of individual cryptos are almost completely divorced from reality at this point. Let me just say this. Look, I'm a fan. I'm an investor and a long-term believer in the future of crypto broadly. But I simultaneously hold that belief and also the belief that like vast majority, 98% of crypto projects are going to blow up in the next 5 to 10 years and completely fall apart, while the real winners are going to be slow projects with actual utility and usefulness.
I don't know. Find me a project that really is a blue chip. Like I don't think that there are any. And I keep asking for them, but the problem is like there are no projects that have an influencer attached to them, someone with a good reputation who actually is interested in the technology, believes in it, and isn't just putting their name on something for a check. Floyd Mayweather has had like 3 or 4 rug pulls at this point.
I'm not just in 30% or 40%, full 100%. I'm all the way in.
That doesn't count.
How is this guy still walking about? How is he allowed to continue to make them? How did he get away with 3 of them?
Because there isn't there is a database basically informally of influencers and their rugged projects called like Wrecked. But there needs to be like a wiki that has every influencer and what projects they shilled. That would be very useful because like what happens is they delete their tweets. Like if you look back at the
are you trying to compile that?
I don't have time, but somebody should. It would be a great resource.
I forgot Kim Kardashian did it too, what Ryan put in chat.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian sold like Ethereum Plus or something and then just deleted everything. But that's how she's always done it. She'll shill something for a check and then it vanishes because she uses Instagram stories.
The funniest thing I found was that whenever I was watching or I saw something, you know how like there were always those reality TV show stars like years ago? Whenever I'd see some of them just come up on my timeline or whatever, I'd look them up, see what they're doing, and 100% of the time they are promoting NFTs or crypto. It's like...
What are you on about? Like the C-list and D-list celebrities?
Yeah. Even, you know the 2 twins from Breaking Bad? The cartel twins?
The 2 Mexican ones. The
ones. Even they are shilling NFTs on their Instagram and Twitter now.
No!
It's like...
Breaking Bad's ruined!
They should remake Breaking Bad, but he gets into the NFT business instead of the meth business.
I'm gonna make a fucking cryptocurrency called Revenge Coin for getting all the scammers in prison.
That's not actually a bad idea.
Now that is a coin I will buy.
And then you end up making millions and you're like, I'm just going to rug pull.
Yeah, that would be the irony part.
Everybody has a price.
Is there a coin called Baby Coin and when you buy it, you become baby?
And it's a good note to end on.
Baby Coin, I'm baby.
I'm baby.